Hi, I'm Steve Saylor, I'm blind, and if you're wondering how I'm able to play video games if I'm blind, if you take a look at the video here, you can see exactly what I see when I'm playing video games. I know this thing on my head looks like a cross between a VR headset and Geordi La Forge's visor from Star Trek The Next Generation, but this is the brand new eSight 4, and I'm going to talk to you about it today. So this is actually a very cool video I get to make because as of this video's release, I actually get to help announce that this is the brand new eSight 4 from eSight. The eSight is an assistive device that enables people with low vision or legal blindness to achieve up to 20/20 vision. Essentially, it's kind of like a VR goggles, but it has a built-in camera like right in the center where it actually you can be able to use it just like you would a camera on your cell phone. You can be able to zoom in, you can be able to focus, you can change your contrast, you can change the colors, anything that can help you be able to, as a visually impaired person, to be able to interact with the world. This is actually the eSight 3, and it has this wired remote that's attached to it. This is actually great for me personally because I can actually be able to take this out into the world and go to concerts and go to sporting events, a bunch of different sort of outdoor activities, and this will help me to be able to see better when I'm on the world. And I basically am just wearing like this little thing. I know it's a little bit disconcerting when you're kind of walking around and you're having this, but what's great about the eSight 4 is that this is completely wireless. It kind of has that sort of like VR headset, PSVR headset kind of feel, and the remote is actually also wireless as well. So you actually may be wondering how this might look like, and well, this is what I'm seeing currently right now. Here's what actually can happen when I sort of zoom in using the remote. I can zoom in to 24x and I can kind of see myself in the camera. Hello. But if I zoom completely out, so this is kind of like where it would be best for me when I'm sort of using my computer, and I can actually be able to also see the camera as well. It has autofocus, so it'll focus on what exactly you are looking at. Also, this kind of helps sort of showcase what my vision is like. So this is what kind of my vision is like now, even with glasses on and kind of sitting this far back from the TV. It is hard for me to be able to see the text that's on the screen. However, so say if I'm looking at OBS right now, but if I wanted to zoom in, I can now be able to see that says Sony Cam Raw Gameplay and Scene 2. And I can actually be able to interact with the screen right here. But what's great about the eSight 4 as compared to the eSight 3, I normally would have to use the remote in order to be able to zoom in. But because the eSight 4 is wireless, it actually has controls on the side of the headset. It allows me to like swipe left and right to be able to zoom in and out. I can also adjust the contrast. That can help out. And there's a bunch of different filters on here as well. Okay, so I just switched over to the reading filter. So if I need to read something on a page or paper, I can actually be able to use the reading mode, and sort of like takes away a lot of the contrast and colors. It just focuses in on the text itself. And I can also zoom into this. And I can say this introduction, this guide, and the videos that is displayed on your eSight will guide you through setting up your eSight and learning the controls. What's great too is that this also pairs with your phone, and you can actually be able to control some functionality of the eSight from your phone, whether you're on iOS or on Android. So for instance, I can actually mirror my phone without even looking. I can actually be able to see my phone off of the eSight, so I can actually be able to see. So if I want to be able to watch a video, I can actually be able to watch it right inside the eSight. So this video is playing right now. It's one of mine. And I can actually be able to watch this right in the eSight. It's broadcasting. It's pretty cool. What's really cool as well, so if I need some help in order to be able to see what it is I'm actually looking at on the app as well, you can actually be able to do eShare, so you can stream your view. So now it is actually showing exactly what I am looking at, and it has the remote control in the app itself, so that the person can actually be able to control, like the person that could use some help. So if I wanted to zoom in, I can actually be able to control that on here as well, and then they can, the person who is watching the video, well, that's trippy, can actually see what I'm looking at and be able to help me see exactly what I need to see. Another cool thing about the app, so say for instance, if I lose this remote or the battery's dead and I still have my phone with me, I can also be able to I can also be able to hit the remote button, and I can be able to control the eSight directly through the phone itself. So you also may be wondering, like, okay, of course I'm a blind gamer. I have to check and see if I can be able to use this while playing video games. So let's see if I can be able to do that. Actually, I'm gonna zoom out just a tiny bit. 2x, here we go. Destiny 2. Destiny 2. Hello. Here we go. Trials of Osiris returns. Go flawless. No, thank you. I do not need to do that. Okay, there's my ship. I'm gonna go to the tower. 2.0. Each piece of armor, helmet, arms, chest, and legs has 6 associated stats that affect your overall game performance when you get a new piece of gear. Review its stats to see whether it is valuable to you. It takes a little bit to get used to. That's for sure. Now, the only reason why I know where things are without having to necessarily see them on the screen is because I played this many a time, so I know exactly where they are. But if you're trying to discover a game, it's a little bit to get used to. It can work for video games. I personally would say 3x or 2x, because it's already kind of like 2x is kind of this is default. Now I do notice there is a little bit of lag from what is on the screen and what I'm seeing on the eSight, so I probably will be playing Warzone with this. So essentially your usage may vary when trying to be able to play video games while using the eSight. So that's how I can actually be able to see just with the eSight itself looking at a TV screen. But if I was able to get an HDMI mini adapter, I can actually be able to connect it on the back of this device. It'll actually be able to mimic the screen just like a phone would, and it'll actually technically plug in my PS4, my Xbox, my Nintendo Switch, anything that has an HDMI out signal that I have an HDMI mini cable, I can be able to connect it to here, and I can be able to play video games and use the same functionality with the remote and everything. I can zoom in and everything I need to do just by connecting the HDMI to this. Now, I wouldn't recommend this as sort of for long play sessions or for long sessions, because the battery itself is only 3 hours long, but the eSight 4 comes with 2 batteries, and it actually connects right on the back here. You can actually be able to swap batteries in and out by, there we go. And then if I put it back in, that's how I put it back in. Now, in regards to pricing, this is actually more the Tesla of visual impairment assistive devices. So this definitely does not come cheap. It actually clocks in at just under $6 grand in the US. But eSight understands that, and there are programs and financial programs you can be able to possibly get and look into to see if you can be able to pay for this device and help you kind of purchase it for you if you have a visual impairment or a family member that would benefit from this. So overall, would I recommend this? Yes, 100%. It definitely adds a quality of life to those who are visually impaired and just have a difficulty walking around and want to be a little bit more reliant and self-independent. I definitely think this is a purchase right off the hop. Is it great for playing video games? Well, it has some ups and downs. It definitely is hard to see the entire screen as is, but at least with the eSight, and if you're sitting in a couch in a TV setting, you can actually be able to sort of zoom in a little bit better, so you can actually be able to see certain things on the screen, like smaller text or read. I would not recommend this for like fast action combat situation. I would not bring this into Warzone anytime soon, because this would definitely I think would be a tiny bit of a hindrance. But it can work, and it does open up the door for you to be able to play video games in a really cool and interesting way that you would never been able to before. So thank you so much for watching. I want to thank eSight for sending me this to be able to show you today. Unfortunately, I don't get to keep this, so this is a loan from eSight. Just full disclosure, I'm very grateful for eSight to be able to send me this and showcase it to you today, and to showcase it to my audience, which is you guys, and I love you guys so much. So I want to be able to show you this. So thank you so much. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to be able to subscribe to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be able to be notified when new videos come out, make sure you hit that bell notification icon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go live my dream as Geordi La Forge in Star Trek. So thanks so much for watching. And as always, I remain obediently yours. Bye.